Okay.
The only time ever that I am taller than you.
You're not taller than me. Go.
Yes, I am. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marissa for those of you who are new here, and thank you for watching. As you can see, we have a guest today. Well, not really, because you've been in other videos, but this is my husband, Jordan.
How you doing?
You usually see him in like a vlog format or in our home search gauntlet series that I have done, and that's the only time. We have actually even not done like a sit down video.
Nope. I mean, this is like, you typically will have heard me as either like a disembodied voice or, you know, kind of see me like in little like glances over to the side when she finally moves her phone over to me as I'm driving, I'm talking, so you know.
You're driving, so it's not, you shouldn't be looking at the camera.
Like, I'm looking at the camera, but it's like, you know, at least put me in frame when I speak.
I do, to be fair, I do. This is our relationship. This is nothing new, it's truthfully. Anyways, this is why I call him Ross Geller. If you are a Friends fan, you know what I mean. It's
I'm only
okay.
I'm only bad on occasions, and typically just to mess with her. So.
Yeah, and we just mess with each other back and forth, but that's just us. Yeah. But yeah, we recently got married, and so actually I got this idea of a video, as you can see by the title, is going to be a reaction video, mostly his reaction, because I saw this creator, if I find the reel that I saw, of course link it down below, but she was showing pictures of wedding dresses she was trying on and getting his reaction, and it was actually pretty funny because one of the dresses he liked better than the dress she actually picked. And he like ranked it lower, and I thought that was so funny. But that's where I got this idea, and I thought it'd be funny because throughout the entire wedding planning process I was teasing the crap out of you about what the dress looks like.
100% teasing me, wouldn't let me see anything, wouldn't mention anything, but she would like give little tidbits and be all like, whenever she would go to the salon and be all like, oh, it was so good, it fit perfectly, and I'm just all like, okay, can't wait to see it.
Yeah. But before I show you the pictures, was there any like picture in your head? Was there an idea of what you thought the dress was going to look like? Was there details you thought was gonna have, not have, like, or were you just like no visual at all?
I thought it was gonna be maybe a little bit less beating compared to what it did have.
Okay.
Just because, like you had mentioned, like you had like some more plain dresses, maybe a little bit of a mermaid style would be the only thing.
That was like fitted was
yeah,
the
more
only
fitted. You know, all the way. It was kind of like the only thing maybe I had in my head, but for the most part, it was pretty much a blank slate. I know leading up to the wedding, you and Sierra were watching a lot of Say Yes to the Dress.
which I watched a lot even before I was engaged.
Yeah, so, but like that's where like I had like really like a lot of my first kind of images as to what wedding dresses are, and like, you know, what it looks like, obviously outside of going to weddings myself, but you know, just kind of the whole process and how that would go is like, not that I was a part of it at all, because you kept me in the dark, which was
I did a really good. I think I did a really good job of like keeping, because he didn't even see Oma's dress either. He wouldn't look at Oma's dress because I told him that like that I've tried it on, it wasn't my dress, and I think if he would have saw it, it would have given him you an idea
of what
I actually wore. And yeah, so he didn't see any of that. He didn't see any of the pictures. And actually, I didn't even show, even when before we were engaged, I never showed you pictures of her dress.
No, not once. Yeah, you kept that pretty hidden, so even from the very beginning.
Yeah, so he was completely lost, which was pretty funny.
And honestly, if you are engaged or, you know, maybe with someone who you're thinking about proposing to or getting proposed from, like, honestly, that's the way I would do it. I think it's a great reaction, like, you know, see at the end of the aisle. You know, we did it to where, like, literally I was turned around until she was right at the end of the aisle.
He didn't see me at all.
Started the walk up, so yeah.
We didn't do a first look, and I know that's like a little bit more of a modern thing to do. And, you know, a lot of people say, like, oh, even if you do a first look, like, you still get a good reaction walking down the aisle. I think with us personally, I don't think we would have got, like, you would have reacted the way you did if we did do a first look?
Probably not. I mean, I know like the emotions are gonna be different when it's like you're actually walking down the aisle.
Yeah.
You know, that's gonna be the same thing. So it's like, you know, I can see like where people would say that, but I think you're right. For us, I think it would have been a different reaction, a little bit.
I mean,
it still would have been genuine, but it would have been like maybe a little bit less emotional on my end.
Right, and you know, every couple's different, and I think for us, I think that was the right call.
Right. No, absolutely. I agree. So highly recommend it for anybody else who was thinking about it for their wedding. You know, go traditional in my opinion. I think it's going to create a lot of good images, a lot of good pictures, and scenes if you're doing a videographer as well. So.
Yeah, I agree. So I have my laptop in front of me and I have all the pictures. If these are for those pictures that were on my Instagram reel as well when I first posted after I went wedding dress shopping.
Which I still did not look at.
Yeah, he hasn't seen that, and he hasn't seen my video, which if you haven't seen that, I'll link that down below as well, of, you know, my going over like my wedding dress shopping experience. I have a hair stuck to my face. Anyways. It's the curse of curtain bangs. Anyways, I'll link that down below if you're interested in seeing it. So do you want me to talk you through it, or how do you, like, do you want to just...
Oh, yeah, this is your idea.
Okay, so this, and of course I'll insert pictures of what he's actually looking at, but this is the first picture, and this is what my mom...
Was this your mom's choice?
This is my mom's choice.
Okay, I mean, like, I can see why it's your mom's choice, but your face in this picture, it just says it all right now. Like, I mean, I didn't even need to look at the dress to look at your face and see that this was not going to be the one that you were going to choose.
Okay, but I'm going to show you more pictures, and I'm like, that one shows a little happier.
You're a little bit more excited, but you can tell, like, it's a little forced. You're still trying to see if you're going to love it or not.
I was honestly just, like, twirling in it. Okay, so you're getting the full effect now.
What, I already gave my opinion. No, like, I would have been, I don't know if I would have been, like, upset if you had chosen this one.
You'd probably be confused.
I would have been very confused because this is not at all what I had thought you would have picked for yourself, so.
Okay, so 1 to 10. We'll just rank the, like, or scale 1 to 10.
You want me to do this as we're going, or at the very end?
No, as we're going.
Okay.
Like, just, okay, on scale 1 to 10, like, where's this
3. 100% a 3. Like, I mean, it's not bad. Like, I don't know if I could, like, you know, give it a 0, but like, it's low. So.
Yes, that was my mother's dress. She wanted to see me in the beaded top with the huge skirt.
Don't tell her my rating for that.
No, she's fine. It's fine. Okay, so this next one is the dress your sister picked.
Okay, this will be fun. I'm surprised my sister chose that one.
Why is that?
I guess I'm not. Like, that's very much exactly like kind of similar to dresses she's chosen for herself. Not wedding dresses, but like regular dresses. Same kind of, I guess, neckline, and then the straps going over the top. But I don't mind the ruffles down at the bottom.
Like the tier?
Yeah, the tiered. Very plain.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just too plain. I mean,
for me?
For you, yeah. For you, yes.
Okay, 1 to 10?
I'd go a 5.
A 5, okay.
Yeah, I like the neckline and the tiers down at the bottom. It gives it a little bit extra shape, but it's just too plain. So.
Okay, so this next one is the dress I actually chose. Or should I have not told you that?
No, you already, I mean, like, unless you wanted me to see if I was going to rate something else different, but you had already kind of scrolled to the next photo and I hadn't seen it, and knew that was the next one, so.
Okay.
But yeah, so when you walked down the aisle in this dress, I was shocked.
Okay, why were you shocked?
Well, one, this picture has strapless, and you had straps.
Yes, so when I tried it on, I tucked it in because initially I wanted strapless. And then when I tried it on again, and then when I tried it on the fittings, I just felt like it needed the strap just for my particular body type. I think it widened my shoulders when I didn't have the straps, and I'm also not very busty, so I feel like it accentuated that as well.
I agree. I thought it was very good form fitting for you. It showed off your curves very nicely, so that's always a plus on my end.
Yeah.
I liked the beading and the little details on it. I thought it was really well done, and obviously my reaction at the wedding kind of showed that. But even seeing it again now and how it looked, when you first tried it on, I don't think probably I would have gone with anything else.
Well, so far.
So far, yeah. Obviously there's a few more dresses we looked at, but maybe it was just a little too much beading. But then you see the train and it's actually very simple, but like the beading's down at the bottom, which is nice. And but yeah, I absolutely love the dress you chose, and so far I haven't seen anything better or could think of anything better. So
okay, I guess I should probably have backtracked a little bit. So I should have said what I went in looking for. So I was open to silhouette because I wanted to see what silhouettes worked on me. So that's why I was just okay, I'm going to try on different silhouettes just because to see. Initially I was okay, fitted, lace, and beading. But I wanted to keep my mind open, which I highly suggest.
Either way, I don't think it would have taken much away from the dress.
Yeah.
Whether it had a long train or not.
Yeah.
I know it's a little more tough to deal with the longer train.
Well, to me, so my vision was initially to have lace, fitted, shorter train, and then a long veil, and that would be the dramatic effect of the whole look. And then I take the veil off, and then I don't have to really deal with the dress or the train. But obviously that is not what happened. But it bustled really good, and I wasn't in the way or anything. So, but yeah, initially that's what I was looking for.
Okay. Yeah, and thank goodness it bustled well, because our first dance, it would have been very tough if it did not bustle.
Yeah, it would have been really tough. I went the wrong way.
Okay. Next one she did not pick.
Yeah, one I did not pick. Yeah, I was in this dress a long time, so.
So did you like this one? Oh, you were in the one you chose.
One I chose a long time, and that one, when we tried it on, it was a hit with everybody, and we were FaceTiming with my mom and grandmother, and that was a hit with everybody.
Well, it was a hit with everybody at the wedding.
Yeah.
So you chose well.
Yeah. Okay, this next one was kind of a wild card, and it's a very expensive dress. I think this dress was $7,000.
Okay, the financial side of me really thanks you for not choosing this dress.
Yeah, so, but it was a designer that I was really interested in trying, and also it was a silhouette I was actually more going for in terms of textures, and it was one that I was definitely, the silhouette and the details were ones I was definitely interested in, except for the top.
Okay.
Okay.
Except for the top? Okay, I can see why you like this dress, but I think I've given my opinion to you on this before.
On the tiered bottom, the
ruffles, the feathery looking thing down here below your knees. Yeah, I think I've definitely given you my opinion on that before.
Okay, what is it?
No.
Just no.
Just 100% no. It looks good from the front. These pictures haven't really shown a whole lot detail. So yeah, okay, so I like the detail, I like the floral design on the actual dress. I can see why maybe you were a little upset with the top.
Yeah, so
what do you call the top, from the waist up or front?
Yeah, so the top is just the bust area, and I didn't want a V-neck. And also this particular sample is 4 sizes too big on me.
Gotcha.
So that's why it looks weird, but I also didn't want that because that's just not what I envisioned. I definitely wanted strapless, but what I really liked about it was the silhouette. And I didn't mind, the bottom detail I like about it. It's one of the things I like about it.
It's too much for me.
It's too much?
It's 100% too much for me.
And I mean, but like the silhouette is like.
Yeah, it fits you well. I don't know, like, I probably would have been really happy with this dress had you decided to buy it and get it and see you in it walking down the aisle when it's fitted well and exactly how you wanted. But I still would not rate this nearly as high as the other dress.
Okay, so ranking
6.
A 6. So it's higher than the one your sister chose.
Yeah, because it's more fitted. I like the design and the detail from the knees up, but the
bottom was a no.
The bottom is really dragging it down.
Okay, this next one is same designer, and this one actually fits me proper. Like it was the correct size, sample size for me. And this was one I was kind of torn on. I really liked it, but it was very expensive.
Okay.
But
designer seems like they're very expensive. Do they not have any cheaper ones closer to the one you bought?
So the designer is Eva Milady, and Eva Milady is known for very high-end detail, dramatic dresses, and they're $5,000-$6,000. I mean, these pictures are not doing it justice the amount of detail that's in them.
No, I mean, they don't really go into the detail, but you can kind of see like what's in there from these pictures. So
this is pretty much what I pictured in my head initially.
Okay. I like it. I do. Honestly, this one I like a lot. It's a lot of detailing, but it's very floral detailing, which is something that I think one you really like and is very much you, and I like it. All in all, like it is a lot of detailing and it goes everywhere, so it's like but I like the fit. It fits you well, shows off a lot of what I like about you. And so that's always going to be, a plus in my book.
Yeah, so, of course.
But all in all, like I really like this dress. Again, I think it's just maybe just a little too much detailing, like where the one you did choose, the train.
Like this is too busy, is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. Like it is very busy. Like and it continues all the way down the train. Like the only like parts where it's not too busy is like right in the front on your legs. Mm-hmm. And the dress you did choose, it softened out. It didn't get. It was less busy until it got towards the end of the train. Mm-hmm. And I think this would just be too much, kind of for you and your personality. But
like, is it the dress is wearing me instead of me wearing the dress? Is that what you're trying to say?
I think it's showing off only a portion of your personality and not your entire personality, where the other one kind of does that. Shows all of it, right? It shows the kind of the designer, the very fashion forward kind of thinker you are, but then also the down to earth kind of simple, not plain, but can be very just go out easy on a day, like right,
easy going,
easy going. Like you see those reels now, like where get you a girl that can slay one day and look homeless the next day, right? It's like you can pull off both well, and that's what I love about you, because I'm not very fashion forward every day. Like I'm typically in shorts and a t-shirt.
He's wearing his coach's shirt right now.
So it's like this is what I wear 4 hours out of the day, every day of the week. So it's like it's good to like. I think the other one showed off every single part of your personality, whereas this one is showing off just straight up like the fashion forward one.
You're so sweet. You're so sweet.
That's why you married me.
Okay. Yes, so that one was definitely like up there, but it was not like my top 2.
On my ranking for that one?
Yeah, what's your ranking?
A 7.
It was a 7?
Yeah.
I thought that would be higher.
No, it's a 7. As I said, it's just a little too busy.
Too busy, okay. So this one I put on as, because like throughout the process, I was like, at one point I was just like fitted, so they all started blurring together. So I put this on to be like clean the slate, and also it's a similar silhouette to my grandmother's dress, which you have now seen.
I did, but like I didn't really take a good long look at you in it.
Yeah, so. And it's also the same designer, so it's the same kind of beading as well.
Okay.
But different.
Is the one you chose? Or this?
As the one you just saw.
Okay.
So it's the same designer, and then but it's different silhouette.
Okay.
So it's more A-line.
Yep. I guess, yeah, sure. I don't know a whole lot of these things, so...
Okay, so you see how...
I sound very ignorant, that's why.
So you see how the shape of the skirt looks like an A?
Yes.
That's why it's called A-line.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I like this one. I wish it was a little more form-fitting, 100%, like, but all in all, it's a nice dress. Can't tell if the detailing is floral or just kind of like, it almost looks like splatter painted places. Or maybe it's like a winter like arbor, like where there's like not a whole lot of leaves on the sticks and everything. So it's.
This is why I love guys like seeing this stuff, because they come up with some of the crazy descriptives. I can't even talk because I'm trying. Like,
but does it not? It almost looks like splatter paint in places.
I see that now, but like that's not like the first thing I think of. I'm like, oh, it's like embroidery, like it's beading. It's like that's
like I get it, but like it definitely looks like it's just literally just like thrown on there at points. It's just where my head goes.
But you would be confused if I like walked down the aisle on this.
I don't know if I'd be confused with it. As I said, it's a nice looking dress, but I did not see you in I guess an A-line dress. Mm-hmm. I expected you to be something a little more form-fitting. Like I said, you know, what I had in my head was like a mermaid gown. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Okay. 1 to 10?
I go 6.
A 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the floral detailing as much as it makes me think of splatter paint. I like it. It fits you nice up in the chest, bust area. And it's a nice looking gown. Absolutely, like, you know, would not have been surprised had you chosen it. But again, it's just like I expected you, and I pictured you more in a form-fitting dress. So
this next one is the same designer as the dress I bought.
Okay.
So very similar, but not.
You always give me these vague descriptions.
Well, it's because I'm not trying to give you too much.
Okay. Interesting. With the, I guess, around the shoulder kind of strap. Mm-hmm. Could that go above, or is it made
no,
like
so that? It's made to be like the strap and then that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But you'll see, and I'll explain it in these next pictures, but a little bit more.
I like the train. That's nice.
Okay. Sorry if we got cut off, but what I was saying, I don't know where we got cut off, I'll find out in editing, but this picture where the strap, like the off the shoulder, moves to like the shoulder portion, that was like an option of alterations. This dress was very, very light, so not sure this would have been smart to be strapless. So that's why the strap is there, and then obviously they were just adding a detail where just adding something more to the shoulder.
I like if you were to have gone with this dress, I would have wanted to see that accent strap rather than the spaghetti strap that it was shown in most of the pictures.
Okay, so this was actually very low on my, like, in terms of ranking.
Why?
So yes, it's fitted. Yes, it's light. It's lace. It's literally on paper. It's great. However, the way that the sheer portion on the bodice, the way it's laid out on my particular body, it didn't hit at the right point. So
I see what you're saying.
It didn't flatter my body. Like it squared me out when I'm curvy for as skinny as I am. It made me look more straight than I actually am.
Yeah.
So,
no, I agree with that. And you know, there looks like there's like a little like texture line that separates the sheer from the.
Yeah. So that's what you're seeing here is like that seam, and so the way that was laid out and the way it was cut, I didn't find that flattering. But like everything else, like it's on paper. Shorter train, like you would think that this would have been it, but
yeah.
No,
I mean, I agree with what you're saying now that you pointed it out.
Yeah.
But other than that, it all looked really nice, very form-fitting, very similar to the one you chose. And so had you gone with that one, I would not have been at all upset.
Yeah.
I was gonna say about a 7 or an 8 for this dress until you mentioned that, and I realized it. So probably gonna have to drop it down to a 5 because of that. You know, have a very good shape for you, and I really like it. So it's like, you know, that's what I want you to see, and you're more confident in clothes that show off that, and that's what I want. So and that's what.
And also. So that's the other thing too, because of my background in fashion and with modeling and with just my experience and all that, like, I don't expect you to see things like that. For me, like, when I was trying on dresses, I was like looking at everything, and so that's most people actually, when I pointed that out, they were like, oh, I didn't even see, like, my mom, like, your mom and sister did, like, I was just like, that didn't.
My mom and sister aren't fashion forward either, so
But I'm saying it's like, for me, like, understanding fit and knowing my body type and getting the proportions correctly, like, that I'm gonna see that first, I think, more than anything. Okay, so this next one was a wild card because I was starting to see like the same thing, so wanted a clean slate kind of a thing. So this is not exact opposite, but pretty much close to opposite of
what you had in your
what I had in my head.
Okay.
But I wanted to try it on just to try it on. Like I was.
Makes sense.
So to be fair, the sample is really big on me, so those cutouts are actually supposed to be like on my side, not in my back.
I get, like, you know, one to try a clean slate and everything and go opposite of what you chose, but why this one?
What? So
this is not at all like what I would have pictured you choosing anything like that. Like, this just looks like a straight up like run-of-the-mill formal dress. Like, you know, something you would go out and buy for like $30.
Wow, it looks that cheap in the pictures?
Not necessarily in the pictures, just the front of it. Like, you know, it's like the big straps going up the shoulders, the square neckline. It just looks like a very basic, like what you would wear to like a black tie formal dress event.
Okay.
Honestly, that's what it looks like.
So this is Silk Mikado, so it is not cheap.
Well, obviously the material is different, but like the design of it just looks like very bland.
This is the dress that your mother said, like, oh, I can just picture you in that if you had big old jewelry and you were getting married in the Abbey in the winter.
It's very, okay, there you go.
In the winter.
Very much a church wedding dress. Very much a church wedding dress.
She like added like getting married and walking out in the snow in the middle of winter.
So what, you have the big old like fur cuffs on and the shawl. Like.
That's what she said. She's like, it looks
I can
great.
Totally see it, yeah.
She's like, it looks great on you, but if you were getting married in the super formal, detailed Abbey with big old diamond jewelry on, and like she painted.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah, exactly. Like, that is like exactly what you would need to wear with that. Like, you would need to like be wearing a lot of jewelry to add the design of this, because it is very bland. It is very basic.
It's very plain. Yes. It is very. This is definitely, I think, very, very contemporary. I don't want to say like it girl, because everyone's it girl is different, but I feel like it's like if you were marrying someone in the military at West Point.
I guess, yeah.
So it's someone who's very, it's not that very plain, but think it's someone, I'm thinking her interior is, like her interior design aesthetic is minimalism. She wears only neutrals, like that's, which
so
is
the black and white.
Very black and white.
Yeah,
like,
that's not you at all.
You're, oh my god, I'm so
not.
glad I got your face on camera when you saw this.
This is not you at all.
So,
and had you worn this and walked down the aisle, I would have been, and I turned around and saw you, I would have been like, who's taking the place of my wife?
Okay.
Who chose this dress for
Okay, so when you're ranking, obviously you're gonna rank this low, but if just as a dress in general, not necessarily just a dress for me, but just as a dress in general, ranking 1 to 10.
6.
But for me,
2. As a dress in general,
yes,
it can be very flattering. It can look very nice,
but it's not a wedding dress to you. Huh?
Not in my head, no. Change the color on that, and that is very much an evening gown.
Oh yeah, and that's what I felt too. I was just like, oh, this is pretty. I'm like, but I'm going to the Met Gala in this dress in black.
Yeah.
So
that's exactly what I thought.
Yeah, so that's why I didn't choose it.
I mean, honestly, add a like face mask, hood, and long ass sleeves, and paint it black, and you got Kim Kardashian's dress.
I mean, sort of, but yes, I know where you're going with that.
Yeah. It's just that basic. I know it's not exactly that, obviously, but like, yeah.
Okay, so this next dress was actually one of my dad's favorites, and he was really pushing for this one.
Okay, make sure you tell him I gave him a good rating.
No, you're already in the family. Like, there's no.
But I want to be on the good side of the family still.
It's fine. It's really fine. Like, they all, like, at the end of the day, they all picked the dress that I picked, so.
I like the back. To be fair, those are the first pictures that I saw was from the back. So. Okay, yeah, detailing is very nice. I really like that. Honestly, I could see why your dad liked it. I would have liked it. I think a rather simple neckline for kind of what you were wanting.
That's a simple neckline?
Not in terms of like the detailing, but like in like the kind of just way it comes down, the width of the straps and everything. Like there's not a whole lot. Like the detailing in the back.
The keyhole.
Yeah, I guess that's what it's called.
Yeah, that's a keyhole.
But yeah, no, it looks good. How does the bottom compare to your dress?
This is fuller.
More full. Okay.
Yeah, this has more volume than my dress. So
honestly, I like
it. So you get more of like the mermaid silhouette with this dress.
Yeah, and so I definitely saw you something very similar to this. The back, maybe not what I would have seen you in, but the detailing looks really good. I like it, and then it gets simple down towards the end of the train and down towards the bottom of the dress.
So you saw on the train like the imprint.
Yeah, there's still some sort of design on it. Yes, and it's good. It's kind of what I would like to see, but unlike where yours at the very end of the train, it adds more beading, it adds more detail, more solid detail, I should say, right? Similar to how the bust was. Right, this one doesn't do that. It just has the detailing all the way down, which is nice, but kind of reminds me of a lot of old school like Spanish church stained glass windows, like the detailing like with the saints kind of logo on it. That's kind of what it reminds me of. So like specifically like around here. But like I said, it's a nice dress. It fits you decently well for it being a sample size. So
this one was, I think, 3 sizes too big.
Okay.
So most of the samples were huge on me. But okay, give me the ranking, and then I'll kind of talk you through what my thoughts were on this dress.
Going 8 on this one.
Yeah, so I really liked it. I liked the silhouette. To me, pairing it, like after I tried on the dress I did choose, I noticed myself wanting more in the train area, so that's one of the reasons why that was like a negative for me. Like to me, I felt the train being plain.
wasn't too long. Or
but
you wanted more detailing.
Right, I wanted more detailing in the train. So like from a design perspective, this is how you balance it, because this is so beaded up top. Now for me, the stained glass one was pretty funny because I was thinking more 1920s chandelier.
Okay.
Yeah. So
kind of very similar. That's kind of the idea I had in my head. I just couldn't think of that example.
I liked the keyhole back idea. However, I was also wanting to get the tattoo before. So I was wanting that's more strapless. By the way, I have a tattoo of my family crest on my back now. So I didn't really want like the V-neck when I didn't want like the whole lot up top. I even felt like even in my size, I didn't think the top would be very flattering, but I did really like the bead wing, and like that's the back is what my dad really liked about it, like the keyhole portion, like because it's all beading and pearls and embroidery, so it's very pretty. But yeah, it was like
I see why your dad liked it.
It was like in 5th or 6th place, to be honest.
I would have been very interested to see how this dress would have fit when it was the correct size.
That would have been pretty interesting to see. But yeah, after I tried on the other one, I did like the shape and like the bottom, but it wasn't it.
Got it.
So this next one, we're back to that really expensive designer, Eva Milady.
How many did you try, by the way?
I tried on over 20 dresses.
Are you gonna rate all of them?
Yes. I might cut a few. I don't know. We'll see. Well, actually, I tried on 20, but actually I don't have pictures of all of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I could have been way worse. There's been brides that have tried on like 50 to 80 dresses.
Oh, I know. We saw a few of them in the
show.
In the show, yes. Yeah. And thank goodness you're not like that, but like... I would have walked out halfway through 50 to 80 dresses. Just saying.
Gosh. This is why the groom doesn't go. This is why the groom doesn't go.
Yes. Do not go as a groom. Do not.
Okay.
Because you're going to get bored and you're going to want to get drunk, and that's not a good combination.
Yeah, this one barely likes going shopping with me.
I go.
You tolerate it.
Yes. That's a good way to put it. I tolerate it.
Okay.
As long as we hit a few stores that I'm interested in or something I could possibly find, I'm okay with it.
Okay, back on topic.
Fine.
This one I really, really liked. It was just, and the only thing I didn't like about it was the top.
Okay.
Okay?
Can you go to one that shows the top?
Well, I'm kind of showing you.
Yeah, it's hard to see from those angles though. Okay, yeah, I see why you don't like the top. I don't really like the top.
You again try to visualize it correctly and proportionally in my size.
Still don't like the top.
It's very similar to what I got.
Yeah. No, I know. It's very similar to when you got it, but it's more busy up here.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
I'm
having trouble remembering the one that you were wearing after seeing all these other ones.
It's about the same. I think it's a little. This is denser.
Okay.
So I'll give you that.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. There's just much more there. Would have been interesting to see how this one fit you when
It'd
it's
be
properly sized.
Probably pretty similar to the one I got.
Yeah. A little less form-fitted than the one you got? Yes?
No, it's more well, okay, so it's definitely form-fit. It's just more fuller volume at the bottom. So
okay,
it's the same amount of fitted up in the bodice area, but the bottom is definitely fuller.
It just doesn't seem like it. Maybe it's just a sample size.
It's
yeah. But
so picture it like.
Yeah, and it's hard.
Yeah, I know.
You know I'm not good at visualizing things.
I know.
To me, it doesn't seem to show off your curves like as well as the one that it did. Like I said, it would have been interesting to see this one properly sized. Mm-hmm. Because I can see where it does show it off pretty well, but it's definitely a little different. But
I think in the hip area it did. It's just the bust area.
Yeah.
Was not right.
Detailing is interesting. So a lot of detailing all the way down with a nice little imprint in those places where it's not on the train and lower half of the dress. So it's a cool combination. I just think it's a little too much.
Yeah, see, so I was at the point where I was like, I can't put a finger on it, but it's not right.
Yeah.
Like, that's where I was at this point.
No, and I agree. Like, it's hard to like pick out like one specific thing that I can name like right here, right now that just throws it off for me. But it doesn't.
It's not.
It's not quite the dress.
Yeah, you saw the dress.
Yeah, obviously, but like at this point, you hadn't made the decision yet.
Yeah.
Or maybe you had.
No, I haven't. I haven't.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't. I hadn't made the decision.
Maybe you had subconsciously, and you just didn't realize it yet.
Maybe. Ranking?
I go with a 7 because
higher than the keyhole one?
Well, the keyhole one, I thought I rated that one a 7.
Oh, you might have.
Yeah, no, I rated the keyhole one a 7, so it's about the same.
Okay.
The straps are a little too plain. Start very wide, honestly. The strap does.
So it starts out wide like a triangle, and then it goes in. Where
Well,
like mine is
it
just
starts very high up here, like all the way out here on the shoulder, rather than like where I would expect it to stop.
Well, that's the same. But yes, it would have done that, because but it wouldn't have been that high. It would have probably been like right there.
Okay.
Like right at the top of.
So right there.
Yeah.
Got it.
7.
Yeah.
Okay. So this next one is one I saw a lot. It's a Maggie Sottero, so lower price point, and I wanted to try it on. It's the sample is a size 24. I'm a 4.
Why is she trying on a size 24? I know it's a sample, but
it's the only one that was there.
It's still. Like, that surprises me. Like, I know it can be pretty expensive for these shops to have multiple sizes of these dresses in their store, but like...
I know. Well, anyways.
At least have at least one like a bigger size and one closer to the smaller sizes.
You would think. You would think.
It just seems good business practice.
Yeah, so what I liked is the very vintage Art Deco feel of this.
Okay.
And then I'll give you more of my thoughts.
Sorry, I was looking in really close because I was trying to figure out what was on the dress. Okay. Yeah. You can definitely see it's a size 24.
So the lining
specifically, like right up here.
Yeah, thanks, hon. I know I don't have big boobs.
Well, that's not what I was saying. It's literally like hanging off your shoulders.
So this one had like a blush lining, and then you can kind of see in this picture there's like a mesh crosshatch looking mesh, and then it's pearls and beading along, like that whole embroidery is like pearls and beading.
Okay.
I wasn't in this dress for very long because it was just comical.
Yeah, the dress is way too big for you. It is. As she said, very comical. Like, just looking at her in it. I probably would have busted out laughing seeing you in it.
Well, think about, okay.
I know I should be visualizing in the sizes proper for you. Right?
Yes.
But if I was in the salon as you were trying this dress on, I would have been on the floor laughing. Honestly, I'd probably be doing it here, but there's just no room.
Yeah.
It's hard to look past the size, honestly.
Okay, let's look at the detail.
I know. The beading's nice.
So,
I don't know if I like the blush lining.
So visualize it as like fitted like the keyhole one. That's what it would have been fitted like.
Okay.
Okay.
Kinda got it.
Okay. And then just with this detailing.
It's not bad. As I said, the detailing's nice. I don't think I like the blush lining.
Which could have been changed.
Which could have been changed, I guess. But the cross hatch, when you look in really close on it, it's rather pronounced. So I'm not sure I would have liked that. But again, like, that's looking in pretty close at it. It's like I said, it's pretty pronounced. It's not exactly something I would expect to see on a wedding dress. You know, when I think wedding dress, I think, you know, lots of lace, rather clean, not crosshatch. Like, it just doesn't seem like it should be there, in my opinion. But, you know, I'm sure there's probably a lot of designers that go ahead and do that and use that. But had I seen the dress from afar and not seeing the crosshatch, I probably would have liked it. But once I think I got a closer look, I would have been like,
why?
What's that?
Why?
What's that?
So, what's the ranking?
Because it's so hard to visualize it in your proper size, I would say about a 4 or a 5. I like the beading on it, I like the design of it, so I can see myself liking it if it's in the proper size, but it's hard to look past that.
Yeah. So, the reason why I didn't choose this dress and I wasn't in it for very long is because, like, the way the beading and detailing was, I pictured it in, like, purple or blue and going to prom.
I could definitely, yeah, I could definitely see it being like that, like, you know,
it had that
like where
feel.
the undertone is purple and you gotta like.
No, I'm being like just the whole thing is like.
Well, yeah, so it's
color.
like, you know, like the, you know, it's white on white and now, right? You know,
yeah.
you have, so like a one purple with a different shade of purple beading and
right,
yeah.
just being like all one color or blue, and I was just like.
I could definitely see that being a prom dress.
Yeah, that's how I felt like it being a prom dress. So what I ended up doing is that was like the last dress I tried on at that salon, and then I tried on this dress again, and this ended up being like my dress actually that ended up being my contender, and then I put on the veil. What was your thoughts on the veil?
I like, you know me, I like the touch of you putting Oma's crown in and making that part of the veil.
So I went, that was everything at that first salon. Then I went to a second salon, and then this dress. Are you?
I'm not getting a sneak peek, I promise.
This next dress was actually
number 2.
Number 2.
Okay.
And then there's some funny stories behind the dress as well.
Funny stories?
Yeah.
Like what happened at the salon?
No.
I like it, except for the back. The train, everything, like, really nice, really clean. Probably would have switched out what looks like to be a blush lining.
No, it's nude.
Oh, okay. Yeah, take out the back. I really like it. Honestly, like,
really?
It's like an 8 or a 9 if you take out the back.
So I really liked the fit of it and like the silhouette. I really liked the dramatic train. I liked. Yeah, so I determined I wanted a long train at this point. And I liked the nude, and the reason why I like the nude lining is because it makes the white lace over top, it pops more so you can see more of the detail. So you have to think about it that way. So the funny thing is, like with the back, there's actually like beading on it, so it looks purposeful, like it's supposed to be like that. But my grandmother and mother, and I talked about this in my other video, but they were like, the back's not finished. They're like, you need to finish the back. The back's not finished. And then, yeah, so the back, yeah, it was pretty funny because like they were looking at it through like an iPad and FaceTime, so they couldn't really see a whole lot of the details. But there was beading on it, and I actually didn't mind the back. The fact it was open with mesh, and then like they actually put beading on like the boning detail, and it was actually like not really a corset, but it had boning in there, so that's what made it form-fitting, and you were just looking at me like I'm crazy.
It's not I'm looking at you like I'm crazy, it's just I don't agree. I'm not like totally like on the side of like your mom and grandma where like it needs to be finished. Like I can see that it's finished and that's how it's meant to be, but no.
Well, the other thing too is that, and my mom pointed this out too, is was this is like, and I kind of felt the same way after thinking about it. It's like the other dress is very, like the dress I went with obviously is very me and true to my core, where this would have been me doing photo shoot, feeling and then and just modeling it and not like it really being like my wedding dress. And even my mom was like, well, with the way you're standing in it and you're like, you're posing and you're, you know, it doesn't seem like you're very like
comfortable.
Natural, not comfortable, but natural.
Right, yeah.
Is what she was trying.
Your natural self comes from being comfortable or something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that dress was comfortable. It was just, it was
like, you know, like comfort, like, you know, from like wearing it, but like, you know, just feeling like this is me.
Yeah.
Comfort.
It was, like, to me, it was really close. But yeah, this was number 2.
Like I said, it's very nice. You change out the back to something closer to the one you actually did choose, or at least, you know, like add, like, just make it, instead of having it be just having the ribbed, just the rib detailing, it be just, you know, a mesh liner and being nude. Like, just make it white around the back. Doesn't have to be like super detailed, super beaded or anything, but just like a nice little, like, you know, lace covering to it. And I think it would be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an 8 now, so I think it would be a 9.5 if you had that right. So
yeah.
I like this one. Like, I would have been extremely pleased to see you wearing this dress walking down the aisle. So.
So that is all the dresses that I have pictured that I tried on.
Okay.
Your thoughts?
You went with the right choice. And that's not saying, like, you know, 'cause,
not
like,
super biased.
That's not super biased at all. Like, straight up, the one she did choose is my favorite by a good margin. And, you know, that last dress was very close. Just.
And you can see why it was close.
And I can see why it was close. Very similar. Nice long train. Very detailed. I kind of agree with your mom. Like, it's not quite you. It's very much the. This is a very nice looking dress. I'm going to make it look good. I'm going to model it well. Whereas the other one, it accentuated what you already have, and then you made it look 10 times better.
Yeah.
So, like.
By the way, I'm not paying him to say all these things. I swear, I did not give him a script to be like, you need to say this, this, and this. I did not do that.
No, but, you know, that helps.
Wow.
But, straight 100%, I would be saying this, you know, if I was just your friend and, you know, you had married somebody else, like, and you had shown me this reaction, like, we had been friends for years, and you wanted, like, your guy best friend's honest opinion and reaction along with your husband's, right? I seriously 100% think you went with the right dress. I think it, as I said, it was very much you in every facet, and you were very comfortable and you really liked that dress, and adding in Homa's tiara just added to it. So, and it didn't take away from it. And I think the kind of traditional tiara would have conflicted with the ribbed.
Oh, with the other dress? With the other dress?
With the number 2 dress, yeah.
Like it wouldn't have gone together like it did the other one?
Yeah, because the other one is like very modern with like the open, not necessarily open back, but like, you know, the mesh back where there's not a whole lot of detailing there, but and then the tiara is like very traditional, like that's what people, like obviously that's 60 years old, so it's like, no, honestly it was a lot of dresses very similar. I think you kind of figured out what you wanted, and it was different from what you went in thinking. Yeah. That's good. So, you know, that's why you try on different dresses, but.
Yeah, were you shocked in some of the stuff I tried on? Or what I liked and didn't like?
A little bit, you know, but that's me going in and knowing what you did choose. So that's me, like, comparing those dresses to the dress you did choose. Yeah. And so it's hard to have, like, a unbiased opinion on those. So I think it was good to see those dresses and kind of get an idea as to where your head was going. But I think that I was surprised by some of the decisions you did choose. So.
Well, some of it was just also like to have some fun. Like, you know, mom is always gonna want to pick a dress for her daughter to try on,
absolutely, yeah,
and or pick her dress.
People, yeah.
And then I, you know, bring like having your mom and sister along, and I told everyone that I was with, like, hey, pick whatever you want. Like, this is supposed to be fun. Like, pick what you want to see. And so, yeah.
Yeah, no, and so some of those I could definitely see a little bit of influence from, you know, like my sister. I don't think. Did you say which one was my mom's pick?
Your mom didn't pick one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like my mom. So I can see definitely like where their influence came in, and I think those ones I wasn't really shocked by, but like since you told me that was their pick, I'm like, oh, okay, makes sense.
So honestly, I'm assuming I know the answer to this. Like, there isn't one where you wish I chose over.
No. No. Yeah, I think you made the right choice. I really like the one you chose, and again, that's not me being like post hate, like 2020 hindsight, like. No, like I probably would have chosen that one beforehand. So
cool.
Yeah.
Well, this was fun.
Some of my reactions were good. Probably maybe not all what you were expecting.
Sorry. Well, some of them I thought, okay, because you don't like a lot of bling, I guess would be the best way to describe it. So I was a little surprised that some of like the simpler ones you didn't like.
Right, okay, so I agree with that. Like, I'm not very much a high bling person, like, like very fancy looking. But it's also, I'm also with the mindset, like, for special occasions, like once in a lifetime occasions, go all out. Like, go do what you want to do. Like, make it look nice and make it look really fancy. So, wedding dress is like that for me. Like, I'm gonna expect it to be typically detailed, like especially like because like knowing you and that's the fashion side of you, I know that you're gonna want someone on like that, and like some of the ones that you were saying like that you liked in the show that we were watching beforehand. So the show, there was a lot of ones that you liked that were very with a lot of detailing, a lot of beading, and a lot of those I had actually kind of like vetoed like right then and there, like, hey, no, not that much, right? But it's like a wedding dress, you kind of expect there to be a lot of detailing, a lot of beading, because it's a once-in-a-lifetime occasion. It's a once-in-a-lifetime dress, or, that's obviously the plan, that when you're picking one out. So, in this situation, like, I'm not going to be against a lot of beading, like, because if that's what you want and that's who you are, which, that's a part of you, you're going to want that, and so I'm going to want that for you, right? Because, as I've said multiple times before, confidence is a huge part of sex, like sexiness, and in showing off who you are. You're gonna look more sexy and beautiful in a dress that you are more confident wearing, and how it shows off. And
that's what I say all the time too in a lot of my like fashion videos. It's just like, own what you are wearing, and people are going to see that confidence, and wear what you want to wear, and what makes you feel good in, because again, if you're not comfortable, it's really hard to hide.
Yeah. Like, and if you're not comfortable, you're not going to be confident in it, and people are going to notice, and and it's going to be pretty obvious. Like, hey, look, she's not confident, or he's not confident. Like, maybe they may not remark on it, but like they can tell that you're outside of your comfort zone, which not necessarily a bad thing if you're trying something new. Yeah. Right, but eventually, if you're never going to be comfortable wearing this, then you really shouldn't be wearing it.
Yeah, well, this was fun. Thank you for doing this, because I'm pretty sure, I think you were a little curious though too, right?
Oh no, absolutely. Like especially like because she told me she was planning to do this wedding dress reaction video before we actually even got married, and I hadn't even seen any of it. Yeah. I was just like, so I've been very curious, and a lot of the teasing and everything only made me more curious. So yeah.
Highly recommend. It's really fun, but make sure it's
killer.
But honestly. But to be fair, it definitely, one, I think hypes it up more, one, and two, if you're talking about like, I'm getting this dress where I can't fit in through the door. Obviously, I'm a jokester, so you didn't take that really seriously.
No, never took those statements seriously.
But it's one of those things that if you can throw off your groom, I think if it's a dress that you're confident, feel beautiful, and it's gonna exude, and I think that's just gonna, I don't want to say like shock your groom more and maybe overwhelm them. I don't know. It depends on your groom, but I got overwhelmed with the sun.
You did. You overwhelmed me a little bit. I think it was 100% how you looked in it, and one, I had never seen it before. I had no clue what she was going to wear. So obviously the emotions are going to get to you in that situation, but I think even if we had done a actual first look, I would have reacted in a very similar way.
Yeah. So, do you think I would have chose differently? Do you think I would have chose differently if you just we went shopping? When I know some brides do this, where they just go shopping with their groom.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, because honestly, I wouldn't have given a lot of my opinion.
Yeah, knowing you, yeah.
No, right, because my opinion. Whenever it's the same thing now. Whenever you try something on, I'm like, well, how do you feel? How does this make you feel? Because I can speak to the physical aspect of it. Hey,
you look good.
You look good. Shows your body off well. Great, go with it. But that doesn't speak to the comfort level of it.
Yeah.
How you feel in the dress, and if it's not something that you're not confident in, you're not comfortable, then I'm not going to know that, and I can't give an opinion on that. So it's always my opinion. It's always going to be, well, how do you feel about it? It's yeah. So
you're very sweet. You're very cute.
Thanks.
Oh man, I can't wait to look back at your reactions. I'm gonna be dying editing. It's gonna take me forever to edit because I'm just gonna be too busy laughing the entire time. But it's fun. Thank you for coming on here to do this.
It's my pleasure.
So hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and also comment down below your thoughts and if you agree with this one or not. Pretty sure
or if you agree with this one as to which one she would have rated higher than where I put him. Yeah, her wedding dress, 10 out of 10.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But yeah, hit the like button if you did enjoy this video, and subscribe for new videos every single week. You'll see a lot of this guy on some vlogs, and we're at the time of recording, this is probably one of the last videos recording in this particular setup, but hopefully in the next one we'll be able to actually fit you into the space.
I fit. Well, I'm just afraid I'm gonna hit the.
You can't spread your legs.
Yeah, no, yeah. Dress are digging into my back this whole time. So.
Anyways, we have a lot of videos coming up, a lot of home stuff, definitely. There might be a little bit of a break on DIY stuff and home stuff just temporarily, but we are moving into our house soon, and we'll do an empty house tour. But yeah, you'll see a lot more of this guy if he wants to be on more. I don't know if we'll have any more reaction videos like this, but we'll see.
Maybe, we'll see. I'm sure she'll do a reaction video of, did a surprise project while my husband was away.
Or that'll be caught in a vlog of where I walk in and doing something minorly sketchy, and he'll be like, what do you do? Minor
on her end. She thinks it's minor. I think I'm going to come up and I'm going to find her, step stool on top of a chest of drawers, and she's 1 foot in it as she's reaching up to the ceiling. And I'm going to go what the hell are you doing?
It's fine.
And that'll be her answer every time.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna die. It's fine. Anyway, so if you want more of that, please subscribe. And again, I hope you stick around and enjoy the little family that's growing over here on my channel. We do all kinds of videos on here besides vlogs, DIYs, makeup videos, lifestyle, and fashion. So again, love if you subscribe and comment down below your thoughts. And thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.